Boys are taught to be tough, not to cry, while girls are expected to be polite and patient. Men might relax while women serve food. Both men and women are learning new skills, but many still fear expressing themselves fully due to societal expectations. What we all need are basic rights. The right to be treated as individuals based on our abilities and not on our gender. Stereotypes based on gender, race, or any other group do more harm than good. Everyone should be judged by their actual capabilities, not by the group they belong to. True gender equality means seeing people for who they are, not their gender. It's about creating a society where both men and women are free to pursue their dreams and express their emotions without fear of judgment. Gender should never determine what you can or you cannot do. In a truly equal world, tasks would be assigned based on skill, not based on gender. Men and women should stand side by side in every field, whether it is teaching, mining, or running a business. As long as someone is capable of doing the job, they should get it. Women live in a world where they still face many challenges. They go to school, they build careers, they get married, they raise children, and they face health issues, just like men. But the world they navigate is often more hostile. Women need equality in opportunities. Women need equality in pay, access to care, and protection from violence. This is not about creating balance. It is simply about doing what is right. We should all demand respect and never settle for less. Whether you are a man or a woman or anyone in between, we all deserve the same rights, the same opportunities, and the same respect. When I was a kid, I watched a Telugu movie called Chambalakiti Pamba, directed by famous E.V.V. Satyanarayana garu, late, with key roles played by Senior Naresh garu and Damani. It was a comedy film, but it carried a strong message about gender equality and, in a way, female empowerment. The story revolves around a woman played by Avani who gets fed up with the struggles she has seen as a woman. With the help of an old woman sage, she changes the entire city by switching the roles of men and women. Men becomes women and women become men. The fun begins when these gender roles reverse, leading to all kinds of humorous situations. But looking beyond the comedy, the message was quite serious. Since childhood, I have been fascinated by the idea of a world where women take the lead. And in a way, we have started to see that transition. While it has not been an instant or magical as it in the movie, women have steadily made their way into the world, breaking barriers and challenging norms. The shift began when women started getting degrees. Education became the first stepping stone. Then, when women began to enter the workplace and gain financial independence, we saw the real change taking shape. Women started making their own decisions, not just at home, but in the workplace, in the business, and in society at large. Women have reached milestones not through magical transformation, but through hard work, persistence, and the courage to claim their rightful place in our society. It is inspiring to see how far women have come. The film showed us a funny way to imagine a world where women lead, but in reality, women have been quietly and steadily claiming their space, making sure the world is not just for men, but for everyone. This slow but steady progress is the true story of empowerment. Gender equality is something we all talk about it today. Women empowerment is often seen as women being equal to men in every way, financially and socially. But to achieve this, some women feel like they need to give up what makes them unique as women. This is not what empowerment truly means. Real empowerment is about making women independent and educated so they can improve their families and society. Gender equality is an important, but it's also complicated. Nature made men and women different, each with unique roles that are necessary for life to continue. Men and women are not the same physically or biologically. The truth is, nature made certain distinctions between men and women that we cannot ignore, no matter how much we may want things to be equal. If we continue to blur the lines between men and women, we risk losing something very valuable, our ability to form families and bring the next generation into the world. Men and women complement each other in many ways, and if we try to pretend there is no difference, society will suffer. But it is also true that the imbalance we see today is partly man-made. In the past, men and women had clearer roles. A woman was seen as a woman and a man was seen as a man. Today, we face a different issue, one that stems from our ever-growing ego. Over time, our desires for wealth, our desires for control, and our desires for recognition, they have made us lose sight of what truly makes us happy. Our ego has taken over, leading to confusion about even the most basic things like gender roles. Men and women are both necessary for the development of society. It's not about one being better than the other. It's about how we work together. Instead of forcing equality where there are natural differences, we should focus on how men and women can support and uplift one another. In doing so, we can create stronger relationships, happier families, and a more connected society. When we stop trying to fit everyone into the same mold and instead encourage mutual respect and support, we all benefit. In the past, women had little control over their lives. They couldn't choose whether or not to have children, and childbirth was a dangerous, life-threatening event in those days. Many women, they were forced into situations where they couldn't say no to avoid pregnancy. This lack of control made it easy for society to keep women in a lower position, denying them education, denying them careers. Over time, women have to fight for basic rights. The right to vote, the right to work, the right to get an education, and to control their own bodies. Even today, there are places where women face horrific conditions. They are forced into marriage as young girls, denied access to education, and kept in a state of oppression through violence and fear. These women are not weak. They are held back because they are denied the tools that would allow them to be free and independent. And it is only by giving people the resources they need, like education and financial independence, that we can truly create a society where everyone can thrive.